Hey, what is up, guys? It is your boy, Kingdom Soldier, and I'm back again with another commentary. I'm outside again. I'm outside of Starbucks, actually. And the reason why I've been doing these outside commentaries, I think it was FaZe Classic and FaZe Theory. They were saying in Theory stream that they thought it was crazy that I was at next to a building when I was interviewing Tipsy. And the reason is that this is easier. Like, I don't have to worry about my kids running around in the background. And I know you guys love the photo bombs and all that kind of stuff, but this is just a lot easier for me and I'm not distracted. I don't have to worry about, somebody screaming, getting their diaper changed. And no, I didn't leave my kids home by themselves. That is not legal. However, they're being babysat right now. And so I'm at Starbucks doing some work. And I paused my work because I did want to do a commentary today about this whole FaZe Black situation. The question that was presented to me by a lot of you guys, actually, and I've seen it around the community is FaZe Black going to break up? So you've got Proofy, Censor, Formal, and Saints. These four juggernauts are on the same team who are used to playing in the professional bracket. They're used to playing at all of the LANs and major events, but they have just been eliminated from contention by MLG. So I'm going to try to give a little bit of the backstory. If you want to see a more in-depth like recap of how everything happened, I would go watch Gandhi's video, and he does a good job of explaining it. I don't agree with everything he said, but I do agree with some of what he said, and we'll get to that. So basically, a few days ago, like I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, MLG announced that you had to have one player from season 1 in order to play in season 2. And what that meant, because all the season 2 teams are now locked, those teams get to play in the pro bracket, professional bracket at Anaheim for $70,000 in prize money. And if you're an amateur, you're only going to play for a total of $10,000. And there's 190 teams or something in the amateur bracket. Now, the problem is that it used to be that you would, if you were in the open bracket, you could still play into the championship bracket and get that prize. So that if FaZe Black was in the open bracket, who cares if they made it to the championship bracket? But yesterday, MLG announced that they were going to allow strictly business, even though they don't have a player from season 1. They're going to allow strictly business to play in season 2, which eliminates FaZe Black from even having the chance to take their spot. Now, I do agree. First of all, let me say this. I agree with MLG's decision. This right here, what just happened, is going to prevent people from sketching on organizations. You can sketch on a team if you want to, but you cannot sketch on an organization, because if you sketch on an organization, you're going to find yourself out in the dark, like one of these players that is on FaZe Black. We got 4 players that were on teams that were in season 2, but left those teams and are now playing together, and they're all happy, and everybody's like, oh, they're going to be a great team. However, they're not going to be playing for $70,000. They're also not going to be in season 2, which is a lot of stream revenue they're not going to have access to. So I'm really interested to see if this team breaks up. To be honest with you guys, I think it's going to. I think, and I feel kind of bad for Vex and Erupt because they're in danger of pro fishing. Let me see if I can get a spot, because those 2 teams that played into the season 2 bracket, they now have 8 roster spots that those 4 players can try to get on somehow. And so, Saint, the minute Vex played in, Brian Saint, not Saints, Saint, not Renato, he said, oh, let's see what pro is going to try to get my spot now that I'm in, the pro bracket, because you're playing for $70,000 and you're in season 2. And Proofy and Formal and Saints and Proofy, Formal, Saints, and Censor now have no access to any of the stream revenue from all those games that people are going to be watching in season 2 on MLG.TV. Now they can stream for themselves, but who's going to watch them when there's a season going on? Who's going to watch FaZe Black play, top AM 1000 or whatever, And so while people are watching the season 2, and when people are watching the championship bracket, they're going to be off screen playing in the open bracket for $10,000. I mean, that's a lot of money. And the reason these players, some of them left their teams because of attitudes. Some of them left their teams like Formal. He said one time he will do whatever it takes to win and to make the most money possible. So now he's unfortunately on a team that basically doesn't even have access to a lot of that money. And so it's kind of unfortunate. And that also means that in the next season, in season 3, if they use the same rules, then FaZe Black is going to have to play in like Vex and Erupt. They're going to have to play through. They're going to have to play through a qualifier in order to play in season 3. So this is all kinds of crazy. I do think that just personally, I think that the attitudes and the egos and everything that's combined on FaZe Black, we all thought they were going to be a great team. But I do think that that's going to be a rough team chat. You know, when these players realize now, if I was those players, I would be trying to win packs so I could get some money. But these players are now limited to watching, literally, you know, sitting online and watching season 2 and watching the championship bracket at MLG Anaheim and not even having access. And so the thing that Gandhi brought up, which is a good point, and I think we have until April 15th for MLG to make a final who's going to be in season 2. But the thing that Gandhi brought up, which is true, is that pro points got thrown out the window. And because the teams in season 1 were handpicked, it's only fair that they put FaZe Black, who is number 9 in pro points, that they put them into the league and kick out like FaZe Fire because they're like 14th or something like, or not FaZe Fire, Curse Fire because they're like 14th or something like that. It's kind of, I mean, it sucks for a guy like Burns who, you know, went to this team and got put on a different team and all this kind of stuff. And if they do put FaZe Black in and they pull Curse Fire out, but then it becomes, what's the rules? Like, are we just hand picking people? So that's my opinion. You guys let me know what you think about it. This is your boy Kingdom Soldier. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.